Hello, I'm Pam Carruthers of healingstars.com. This is the chart. It's 5th of July, set for London, and it's a full moon. However, it's also an eclipse, a lunar eclipse. It's not full-on strength, but even so it is an eclipse. Now, we had one before the solar eclipse at the summer solstice, and this is the last in the series. And also, if you notice, the North Node, here it is here, is now in Gemini. South Node is always opposite, and it is now in Sagittarius, but for the next 18 months. So the Sun is in the sign of Cancer. It's almost halfway through. Mercury is still retrograde in Cancer. It's very close to the Sun. It was actually connected exactly with the Sun on the 1st of July. I don't know about you, but it was a very difficult day for me, and I think for many other people. Things can go wrong when Mercury is retrograde for no apparent reason. Things suddenly don't work. And patience, of course, is the best antidote to this. We have, since that new moon, that eclipse, we've had planets change sign. We've now got Saturn over here, retrograde. It's now retrograded back into Capricorn. And that happened on the 2nd of July, and it stays there until the 17th of December this year. The other planet that's changed is Mars. Here it is now in its own sign of Aries, and that moved into Aries, Mars, on the 28th of June, and it stays there right up until January 2021, because it's going to go retrograde. Mars doesn't go retrograde every year. Therefore, it's something that we are not used to. And it last retrograded through the sign of Aries way back in 1988. And if you can remember that time in history, it was the start of huge events. Gulf War, breakdown of the Soviet Union. We had the poll tax riots. I remember that well in the UK. Many, Diana, Princess Diana, and Charles divorced throughout after that event, that time. Now, Mars is a really important planet because it's all about activity, action. It's the god of war. And now in Aries, its own sign, the problem with this, it could be rash. Be easily, you can find yourself getting angry very easily, and not surprising with, of course, the lockdown, because, a deep breath, what we've all been going through, and this is not just the UK, it's the whole world. And of course, the easing of lockdown has shown up as riots, police are being attacked. The pubs are opening, thank God. It's a wet and windy day down here where I live in Brighton. But this release of energy and very powerful masculine warrior energy is not going away in a hurry. Right? You can see at this chart, if you look at it, here's the Sun, here's the Moon. So they're always opposite at a full moon. And there's Mercury, and we have Mars right up there, creating this tension, along with Chiron, the archetype of the wounded healer. I've set this chart for the actual location of London because you can see, here's the Sun. This is the 12th house, so the Sun has risen. It's summer after all. But the moon has set. It's not visible. So we will not have this lunar eclipse visible in the UK. One lovely thing that's here, it's always nice to see the positives in any situation. Venus is now moving forward, and that's a good thing. And here's Venus at 7 degrees of Gemini. Mercury is at 7 of Cancer. They're in a good relationship. So diplomacy is the art, if you like, of Venus, and it's in turn governed by that Mercury. Geminis are Mercury. And communication that comes from the heart, feelings, memories. Cancer is all about memories. And 7 degrees Cancer, that's Mercury and the Sun at 13. So if your dreams have been full of the past, it's often that's what happens when Mercury goes through that sign of Cancer. It is moving direct on the 12th of July, which is a good thing always. And we will have a new moon on the 20th of July. And then on the 22nd, the Sun will be in its own sign of Leo. And when the Sun is in Leo, it will be in a good relationship to Mars, because Mars is a fire sign, Aries a fire sign, Leo also a fire sign, Sagittarius a fire sign. So fire signs are going to get this really important boost. I mean, they're already getting it, but as soon as that Sun changes sign, there is a lot more of a positive outlook. Neptune through Pisces has been very significant this year. There it is, right at the top of this chart, except for the UK, and it is in a good relationship, if you notice, to Jupiter and Pluto. They are both travelling side by side. Those two, they were exact on the 30th of June, Pluto and Jupiter, and that's seen in the world through these very important decisions in terms of leadership, how the coronavirus is being contained or not, as the case may be. But we are all facing very important, serious issues in our lives right now, all of us. Uranus, my favourite planet, it is actually, it's very much a planet to do with astrology and creativity and genius, at 10 of Taurus, is in a good relationship to Mercury and the Sun, and also the Moon. If you can see the blue lines, they mean a flow of energy and ease. And Uranus wants us to think outside the box, to get creative. And I'm seeing that, of course, with Zoom being used across the globe as a way of connecting people. Who would have thought that 6 months ago, that would be so common as it is, of course, right now. I'd like you to take a deep breath and reflect that the moon will be travelling, that full moon, if it moves fast, it goes through a sign in 2.5 days. So it will be connecting to Jupiter, Pluto, Saturn, all of those. And that's throughout the night, basically. It joins Jupiter at 23:13, British summertime. And then, of course, the early hours is going to join Pluto and Saturn. So especially that moon, that connection with our heart, and even though it's an eclipse, it's still a full moon when emotions can run high. So take care, be safe, and please really resonate with your dreams, especially the dream you have before you just wake up. Or if you nap in the course of the day, you might well find you can actually, download or channel, whatever you want to call it, but you might actually get some ideas coming through. I've noticed that, I've done that quite a few times, and it really is extraordinary. Okay, so thank you for watching. Pam Carruthers of healingstars.com. And if you're not already signed up for my newsletter, I am planning a new webinar. So watch this space. Bye for now. Pam Carruthers, healingstars.com.